for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. They shed a sweet light for each night. They shed a sweet light to remind us of Hanukkah, Yom Tov Hashemer, all lustiger, fröhlicher Nidon noch als einer. Alle Nacht in Breidel spielen wir, so die Käselat es essen wir. Geschwinde sind Kinder, die Chanukah Lichter lachon. Lo mir alle singen, lo mir alle schwingen und lo mir alle tanzen in Chor. Lo mir alle singen und lo mir alle springen und lo mir alle tanzen in Chor. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Cradles to play with, latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Cradles to play with, latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Yemei Hanukkah, Hanukkah Mikdashenu, Begilu v'simcha, memalim et liveinu, lahila v'yom svivoneinu yisol, suhishaniyot, nochal b'lavot, hayiru, adliku, nerot Hanukkah rahabim, al hanisim ve'al haniflaot, asher cholelu hamakabim, al hanisim ve'al haniflaot, asher cholelu hamakabim. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Al hanisim ve'al haniflaot, asher cholelu hamakabim.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's so, and Chag Sameach and Chag Urim Sameach, which is the traditional greeting on.
Chag Purim Sameach.
Nice. Chag Urim. Urim. Do you know what Urim means? Ur is light. Urim are plural for lights. So Chag Urim Sameach. Happy Festival of Lights. That's the traditional greeting. And Shabbat Shalom. We welcome those of you in the sanctuary and those of you that are joining us online as well, as we are so blessed to have some amazing students leading our worship with Cantor and I this particular Shabbos. So Cantor, let's get going. I think we have some holiday that we're celebrating besides Shabbat, so let's get to it.
Chanukah, Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sevivon to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Keep going, keep going. One more, let's keep going. Next song.
Next song already?
Yeah.
That one again.
Zevivon, sof, 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 Chanukah hu Chag Tov, Chanukah hu Chag Tov, Zevivon, sof 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 Chag simcha u'la'am Nes gadol hayasham Nes gadol hayasham Chag simcha u'la'am Dreidel spin. Oh, I didn't put the English. I'll sing the English, then we'll go back to the Hebrew. Dreidel spin, 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 spin. Nun and Gimel, hey and Shin. Gimel stops, then I win. Dreidel spin, 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 spin. Nun and Gimel tell the story of God's wonder and God's glory. So we sing and so we celebrate Chanukah. I just can't wait. Sivivon, sof, sof, sof. Chanukah hu chag tov. Chanukah hu chag tov. Sivivon, sof, sof, sof. Mi yimalel gvurot Yisrael otan mi yimnei ein b'chodor yakum hagibor goel ha'am mi yimalel gvurot Yisrael otan mi yimnei ein b'chodor yakum hagibor goel ha'am Shma bayamim hahem hazman hazeh Yisrael Yitached Yakum ve'Yigael. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. Hark! In days of yore in Israel's ancient land, brave Maccabeus led his faithful band. But now all Israel must as one arise, redeem itself through deed and sacrifice. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid.
All right, so now we're ready to light candles. So the question I have, let's see if you remember, what candles would we light first? The Shabbos ones or the Chanukiah? Gabriel, what do you think? That's right, Gabriel knows. Well done, Gabriel. Excellent. We would do the Chanukiah first because traditionally we would not light after we light the Shabbos candles. We can't light any candles for 24, 25, 26 hours. So that's the tradition. So I'm going to ask our amazing madrachot to take their stations as we're going to light the Chanukiah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. I need you back at the iPad.
Yeah, just hold on for that. So take a look at the two Chanukiot. Now, we're Reformed Jews here, so we don't get bent out of shape over halakha, Jewish law, but it's good to have the information. So which one of these two Chanukiot is kosher and why? And only one of them is. The other one's not officially kosher if we are traditional Jews, although it works for us. Why? Dad's giving all the info, isn't he, Ray? So why, Daddy?
Because all of the other candles are on the same level,
And why is that important?
so that they're all equal.
That's right. Every night is equal. You don't want one night to outshine the others, because the other ones would feel very embarrassed. And we don't want that with the candles. That's right. So traditionally, they're all the same except for, exactly, the shamus candle, which is the helper. This one wouldn't be kosher because they're all equal, but what's really the essence here of Hanukkah? It's the lighting of the candles, right? So it shouldn't really matter if they're all equal or not. I love some of the creative Chanukiot I've seen. They're really neat. So I think it's really about lighting the candles more than it is about if the candles are all equal, right? Or what kind of candle they are. But these were expertly lit, don't you think? Expertly lit. Very well done. Thank you, Madrachot. You were the best. And now, of course, the traditional Ma'utzul.
Ma'otzur Yeshuati Lechanae Leshabeach Tikon Beit Tefilati B'Sham Todan Izabeach Leitachin Matbeach Mitzar Hamnabeach Azek Mor B'Shir Mizmor Chanukah Tamizbeach Azek Mor B'Shir Mizmor Chanukah Tamizbeach Rock of Ages, let our song praise your saving power. You amidst the raging foes were our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but your arm availed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us.
Now we continue the lighting of the Shabbat candles on page 120, 121. My honor to invite forward Christina Fernandez, the amazing Morah teacher of this class, but actually one of our exceptional teachers in our entire religious school. We're very proud of Christina. Yes. And she had her pockets.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. O source of light. That's good. Okay, I'll just keep going. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And now that we've welcomed Shabbat, I invite you to welcome the person next to you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Make sure you wave at someone else, wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
We'll continue welcoming Shabbat on page 138 with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nekabla, lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nekabla, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach, Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nekabla, Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nekabla.
Please turn to page 144. Yikadam b'yit kadash shmei rabba be'amadi ve'rachirute ve'amlich machute be'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayedecho be'Yisrael ba'agala uvitmain kari ve'imeru amen yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'omaya yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitrama ve'yitnaseh ve'yitharar ve'yitaleh ve'yithalal shmei dekudisha brichu le'elamin kol birchata b'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata lamin ran ba'maya ve'imeru amen.
We continue with our call to worship, Baruch Hu, on page 146. Please rise if you're able, either physically or in spirit.
Yai la lai 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 yai lai lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai la lai 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 lai. et Adonai Amevorach We continue on page 148 with the Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim bechochma poteach she'arim uvivuna meshaneh itim umachalif et hazmanim umsader et hakochavim b'mishberoteim barakir kirtzono borei yom v'layla golel or mibnei hosheh v'chosheh mibnei or Umavir yom umevi laila umevdil bein yom uvein laila Adonai Sevaot Shemo El Chai v'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu ve'olam le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
Please turn to page 150. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah umitzvot hukim umishpatim otanu lima deta. Al kain Adonai Eloheinu beshochbenu uvkumenu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha uvmitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orei yamenu uvachem nege yomam v'layla ve'ahavatecha al tasir Mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ochev amo Yisrael.
151, As you taught Torah. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
Invite us all to take a deep breath in, exhaling out.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Please turn to page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom alevavecha ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך, ובלבתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Please turn to page 158. Miha moha ba'alim Adonai. Mika moha nadara bakodesh. Nora tehilo ose fele. Malhut teha ra'u vaneha. Bokea yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze'eli hanu v'amru Adonai imlo le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar ki rafa Adonai et Yaakov. Ugalo miyad hazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai ga'al Israel. Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnessed your sovereignty. The sea is splitting before Miriam. This is our God, they cried. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai ga'al Israel.
So it's a custom to sing these words of Micha Mocha to a tune that goes with the time of year or a holiday that we're celebrating. So we sang this one a little earlier, so it should hopefully be familiar. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh, Nora tehilot osei fele, Nora tehilot osei fele, Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, Bokea yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
We continue on page 161 and 160.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life. life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu leshalom, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu leshalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
We continue now with the central portion of our worship with our tefillah on pages 164, 166, 168. As our ritual chair is demonstrating, please rise if you're able, either physically or in spirit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu, Ve'imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Isaac, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Tzocher Hastei Avot, Ve'imahot, Umevi Ge'ulam, Livnei V'Nehem, Lema Shemo Ba'ava, Melech Hozer Umashia Umagin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, V'Tzrat Sarah.
Ata gibor leolam lonai, B'chayei hakorav lehoshia. Meshiv ruach u'marit hagashem, B'chachel chayim b'chesed. Mechayei hakol v'rachamim abim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishenei afar. Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, U'mido melach, Melech mimiz, U'mechayem, U'martmiz Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah v'charochad, Baruch atah Adonai, Elohei hakol.
Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. Except for Irving.
Please turn to page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. And may all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. May this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat.
are with us. Please turn to page 175. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, and longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxieties makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There we may find you, and there we'll find courage, insight, and endurance. And that worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, l'shiocha, levarcha, b'yira na'avod.
Please turn to page 177. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov simcha ve'elcha na'a lehodot.
Good job. Page 178.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Let's take a deep breath in. Just taking a moment to look at these Chanukiot lights and the Shabbat lights. I love lights. There's something about, I don't know if any of you are into candles and all that. I think candles are cool. In this time of the year, there's so many different lights with Chanukah and Christmas and other holidays too by other people that experience light. And why do you think we'd have so much light this time of the year? Because it's a time of darkness, right? We have more darkness during the day and all that. But Chanukah, to me, is really a holiday about dedication, as that's what the word Chanukah really means. It's about dedication. And the question I have for ourselves, just to think about during these few moments of silent reflection, is what does it mean to be dedicated to something? What does that really mean? To be so devoted, to have so much integrity towards something that we protect it, that we make sure it is, and that it is, if you will, made to be important, that it's something that is so special that got to make sure that it's intact and it's just the way it needs to be for me. And I think that idea of dedication for us is the idea of the Hasmoneans, the Maccabees, that, of course, were able to rededicate the temple on the 25th of Kislev, and we're able to then celebrate Sukkot for the first time in 3 months, which is why Chanukah is 8 days. But for me, it is all about that moment of dedication. They were dedicated. There's other issues, the Hasmoneans, we're not going to talk about on this Shabbos. Actually, Brandon did a beautiful job with his Devar last week on that. I thought that was wonderful. I read it. You left it right here. It was perfect. Thank you. It was beautiful. And I think it's really, in the end, something that we need to be reminded of. So often, we just kind of want to be accepted for and be part of the majority and be part of the gang, but it's really hard to stand up for something when everyone else is against it. But that's what we have to do as Jews. That's what we have to do as people, I think, regardless of our religion. I think it's really about standing up for what's right, for what's decent, for what's good. That's what dedication is the most to me. That's what it really means. So I invite us now to think about, what is that thing that we want to stand up for? What's that thing that we're going to dedicate ourselves to make sure happens around us? Because that's something we get to think about for the next year until we get to the next Chanukah, so we can evaluate if we did a good job with our dedication, as we pause now in silent reflection.
Say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
We now focus our energies toward those who are ill and in need of healing. That healing may be a physical one, a spiritual one, or a mental one. On this Shabbat, we think of Sally Mendez, Chana Bat Miriam, Eliana Bat Chana, Ivan Aronson, Bob Bell, Robert Berg, Dr. Arnold Berliner, Sandy Beinstock, W.L. Bradley, Barry Brown, Brenda Boucher, Rich Burns, Esther Burton, Dr. Ed Kahn, Chu Chi, Sandra Cohen, Bunny Fisher, Joan Fox, Carolyn Franklin, Barbara Fiedman, Holly Fugit, Marcia Geezer, Marina Gaffney, Sharon Jenkin, Mandy Gillis, Harry Glaze, Charlene Griffin, Ted Guglin, Linda Harris, Dr. Gary Height, Jesse Jessen, Jenny Johnson, Mimi Jones, Melissa Katz, Evelyn Katz McCosker, Lietzvia Batliba Ve'elchanan, Shirley Lerner, Carol Lesage, Litia Leos, Bobby Lotman, Austin Lucero, Janice Lucero, Karen Mack, Sid Melbourne, Vivian Cooper Moore, Gunther Myberg, Brad Parkins, Gabrielle Pollock, Stephanie Rasmussen, David Rice, Carol Ross, Linda Rogers, Dolores Sams Hoy, Rochelle Safe, Gary Sanders, Laura Sanders, Malachi Sarensen, Donna Shine, Donna Thyman, Pham Tai Trang, Gina Thrower, Teresa Walsh, Jeannie Watson, Nancy Weisenfeld, Sue Witten, Sherman Wong, Brandon Yarkin, Madison Zales, and everyone who's suffering from coronavirus. If you wish to add another name to our healing list, as my hand passes before you, please call out that name. But raise your hand so I know that you want to mention someone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We wish upon all those we named and those who remain unnamed, refuah shlema, a speedy and complete recovery as we join together in Debbie Freeman's Mishaberach. It is our custom at a family service to celebrate birthdays, so I invite anyone who has a December birthday to please come on up on these steps. December birthdays on the steps.
Go on down, Irving.
No other December birthdays, huh? Just one. Just Irving so far. I shouldn't say just Irving, it's Irving and? Well, come on up if you have a December birthday. I love these masks. That was a big Megillah, just to, you have a very supportive big sister there, to make sure that you knew it was your birthday this month. That's wonderful. That's very thoughtful. Excellent. Well, I think, Hannah, we need to sing some happy birthday action for these two.
All right.
Ready?
Happy
Yom
birthday
Huledet.
first
Yom
or Yom
Huledet.
Huledet? Okay,
Yom-
Hebrew then English. Okay.
That's right. It's all right. That's all right. Well, it's not like we've had a lot of these.
Yom
Huledet
Sameach.
Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you too. Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Yeah, may you both live to 120 years. That's a long time. And good health with lots of love and happiness in your lives. And now it's your turn to take your very own birthday pencil.
Woohoo!
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Sherry Wiesner, and on behalf of Temple Emanu-El's Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our Erev Shabbat service led by Rabbi Magat, Cantor Shafritz, and our wonderful Shomrim fifth graders. Oh, I'm sorry, it is written Shomrim here. So Shoshanim, yay Shoshanim. Tonight's Oneg is sponsored by Virginia Beck. Please join us in the Temple House after the service for Kiddush and Hamotzi. It's not too late to culminate your Hanukkah festivities at Latkes and Laughs on Sunday, December 5th at 6 p.m. You can purchase tickets to join virtually or come in person to our watch party here on site, complete with Hanukkah treats. Doors open at 5:30 for the watch party in the Temple House with plenty of space to stay socially distant. On Tuesday, the rabbi will be on Zoom for his weekly chat at noon. Also on Tuesday, enjoy learning Israeli dance with Louis at 7 p.m. On Wednesday at noon, join the rabbi for lunch and learn. And on Thursday, Rabbi and Phil will lead their monthly TV film discussion on the film Freedom Riders, which is now on Netflix. Next Friday, we are super excited to bring back our popular Rock Shabbat in person in the Temple House. Welcome Shabbat with rousing music and singing led by Rabbi Magat, Cantor Shafritz for the first time, and the rest of our amazing Rock Shabbat band. Services will begin at 7 p.m. and will be followed by an Oneg. Please pre-register online. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom and a happy Hanukkah.
And we still have tickets, I believe, for Sunday night. So I have to tell you, this is an amazing opportunity. We do it each year, and this is 9.5, so next year will be our big 10th year anniversary. But it's something that actually Carol has worked so hard on. So, yeah, kudos to Carol. Really very impressive. And we have some great comedians, right, Carol? Really good comedians. So it's a great way to support the synagogue, but it's a great way just to have some fun and laugh. And I can't think of a better thing to do on the last night of Hanukkah than latkes and laughs. So we are so appreciative of Jeff Applebaum, who brought it to us nearly a decade ago. And Carol took it and ran with it. And it's really a great program. So I hope you'll join us on there. Ken and I are very excited. Yes. We'll be here at the watch party. And if you're here at the watch party, I'm just going to say, and you can still come to the watch party. So if you haven't registered yet and you want to come to the watch party, you can do that. If you come, you may get something very special from the Cantor, is all I'm saying. I'm not going to say any more than that. Something very special from the Cantor. So with that, Cantor, let's do Aleinu. Page 586. Please rise if you are able, either physically or in spirit. 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
As we come to the moment in our service, we think about members of our family and community who've died recently or in years past. I invite you, if you choose to stand as a sign of love and grief for that person and to remain standing until all the names on our yard site list have been recited. Then together we will all rise. On this Shabbat, we are most mindful of those that are grieving the Shiva, the first week of mourning for Denise Blue, dear sister of Judy Gottfeld, as well as those that are grieving the Shana, the first year mourning for Leon Averick, Pauline Anderson Berkowitz, Carol Bitter, Hy Birdman, Phyllis Birdman, Mary Cage, Roy Robert Creech, Alexander Cunningham, Bill Davenport, Norman Deshotsky, Carol Everett, Alan Garshon, Lubov Katsis, Richard Gersten, Charles Green, Cirilo Guerrera, Estella Guerrera, Phil Hammer, former president of our congregation, Judy Fisher Harrington, Selma Karcham, Janet Katz, Kevin Krieger, Hal Lax, Marion Suni Levin, Michael Meltzer, Manny Migdal, Roberta Stivelman Newman, Patricia Roscoe, Richard Peterson, Colin Powell, Len Pomerantz, Arlene Ravel, David Reiser, Steve Reese, Stanley Rosen, Steve Rosenthal, Betty Rossman, Jane Sargent, Rosalind Schwartz, Marilyn Siller, Kit Snyder, Gunther Vogler, Marty Weisblatt, Henry Wild Sr., Millie Wolfson, Laura Ziffer. We also think of the following yahrzeits we observe on this Shabbat, as we think of William Asher, Bernard Joseph Axelrod, Eleanor Babel, Etta Bach, Ben Benson, Doris Burns, Jean Bernstein, Jack Browdy, Hyman Carl, Winston Cornell, Meyer Davidson, excuse me, Hilda Diamond, Jacob Doblin, Madeline Ekolewski, Robert Feldman, George Frank, Francis Frank, Lydia Friedman, Lester Gabriel, Jean Gambord, Joseph Goldstein, David Graff, Julius Gross, Tilly Hanlon, Zelda Heitner, Benjamin Coppell, Marion Kotlier, Albert Cragen, Marcus Lavsky, Annie Levin, Isidore Marcus, Jim Margolin, Arthur Messinger, Woodrow A. Morgan, Dorothy Murove, Benjamin Polly, Robert Pollock, Jerry Richmond, May Gladys Rossman, Walter Schwartz, Lily Shopko, Dale Sprints, former president of our congregation, Dr. Hank Stein, Paul Zworski, Ellen Tannenbaum Terrell, Harold Paul Tarrin, Suzanne Tucker Oken, Israel Weinberg, Eleanor Weinstein, Luis Morrison Winter, Irving Oscar Zell. Zichronam livracha, may all of our loved ones be endured as a blessing as we now rise, turning to page 598 to recite together our mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, ve'amad divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, ve'chayachon v'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agalav uzman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha b'richu, le'olam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran belma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlomo Rabbah meshamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Okay, I think we need to conclude. Please be seated. We need to conclude, I think, with a Hanukkah. Yeah, let me just find the next one.
One more up my sleeve. Go back one.
There we go. Sid?
I don't know if it's English on that one either, do I? All right. חג יפה כל כך, אור חביב מסביב, גיל הילד רך. חנוכה, חנוכה, סביבון סוף סוף, סוף סוף סוף, סוף סוף סוף, מה נעים מה טוב. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, festival of lights, celebrate, dedicate, for 8 days and nights. Spin your tops, sing your songs, light your candles bright. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, sing with all your might. Let's do it one more time in Hebrew. Let's go back one slide.
I like that.
Hanukkah, Hanukkah, חג יפה כל כך, אור חביב מסביב, גיל ילד רך. חנוכה, חנוכה, סביבון סוף סוף, סוף סוף סוף, סוף סוף סוף, מה נעים מה טוב.
Shabbat Shalom. So we're going to do Kiddush and Motzi right here, and then as you exit, you'll see in the foyer there'll be grape juice, challah already cut, and some things you can pick up and take with you. And ready, Kenner?
We're on page 123 if you'd like to follow along. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta im kol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
L'chaim, to a sweet Shabbat and a sweet end of Chanukah. Yes, challah.
Everyone on the bima has to share these too.
That's right. Actually, actually, Phil's gonna eat that. Yeah, it's for you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ha'motzi lachem min haaretz. Amen. B'tei avon, Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Chag Urim Sameach.
Chag Urim Sameach.
You're free to go whenever you like. If not, I'll start a sermon if you like. Yeah, that'll get him moving, Canner.
Nicely done.
Well done, guys. Oh my, you really need it. Yeah, you know what? Let's take the prayer books, you guys. You can put them right up here.
Well, this one's, I'm putting this one aside.
Yeah, we'll put. Don't you worry about it. Yep, that's what happens in prayer books sometimes. It's okay.
Well, we got it. You've
Yeah,
done enough. You've put in the hard work today.
That's very thoughtful of you, though. Thank you. Yeah. You're free.
That it's a frost? Yeah, those aren't very good. Thank you, Irving.
You know, you think they would be good, but they're always very dry.
The 17th? My grandpa's birthday.
When?
December 17th. Irving's birthday.
That's my
He'll be 95.
that's my